Hello everyone, this is Corpen Fleer and today we are going to have a closer look at the M6 heavy tank on the US3. It's sitting at rank 3 and it's a competitor to the German Tiger, some might argue, at a battle rating of 5.0. What I'm gonna show you now is literally the first game I had in this tank, and I think it's a good showcase for what this tank is good for. It has some benefits and some pretty substantial drawbacks, I would say. I'll cover them in the upcoming clips right away. So we'll start with the first game that I ever had and the first couple of shots that I took in this tank, and you will see what I mean. So without further ado, on to the video gameplay. So in the first clip, we're at the Poland map, and as I said, I'm in the M6 heavy tank, and I'm kinda debating with myself how to play this thing, and I know that it hasn't got the best armor around, so I'm kind of thinking, okay, let's try this thing out as a sniper, and I'll park down here and let's see what we can find. I know that the M4s on my left has been engaging some tanks, so I know that there's tanks down here, so I take careful aim and one shot kill. And I'm like, okay, pretty good start, first shot in the tank ever. And it's ammo rack kill on a Panzer IV. So I kind of hang around here, wait for more tanks to show up around the castle side, but there are none coming at this point. So I move up and I'll spot another Panzer IV, take aim, and boom, once more a one-shot kill. And I see this captured KV, take aim, and I give him one round, and also that's a hit. So I shoot again and he's gone. So 3 tanks in 4 shots. Not bad, not bad at all. And then all of a sudden there's 2 heavies that have showed up around the side on the castle. And initially I think it's only this tiger that I'm fighting. But looking at the replay, I've seen that there's actually 2 tigers firing at me. But I'm thinking all the fire I'm taking is from this tiger. So I'm trying to aim for his ammo rack on the side there. But since this tank has 2 cannons, it seems like the gunshot camera is following the 37mm light anti-tank gun. So it's kind of confusing, but then all of a sudden that tiger is set ablaze, and initially I think that it's my gun that does it, but it turns out that it was another M4 on my left that helped me. And don't ask me what this guy is doing, but hey, I'm not proud, I'll take it. If he gives me his side, just like that, I'll knock him out. So yeah, pretty good first game. We're gonna switch over to another game, because the rest of this game I just chased my 5th kill, but it turned out that this tank was too slow to catch that last 5th kill to give me an ace. So in the next clip I'm on the other side of the map. It's still Poland, and I'm trying to defend the south flank again. And I've spotted this Panther at around 1400 meters, and he's going sideways, trying to run up our flank. So I decided to try to take him out. I got the range in, but I'm trying to lead the shots right, but I'm having no luck here. I got the hit, but that hit some spaced armor or something like that. So here I'm getting a bit of a moral failure, so I'm deciding to back out, reverse out of this engagement. because I don't think I can knock out a panther at this range. Especially not frontally, but then I'm just deciding to YOLO it instead and just, okay, let's make a stand here. And whoa, what happened? First shot, and I set this tank on fire. So I'm using this gun's rapid reload to just pummel this panther into oblivion, and it seemed to be working quite well. And that's one of the strengths of this tank, the reload rate. You can actually knock out a lot of tanks within a minute if you get the chance. And we'll see more of that later, but I managed to get the kill. That panther did not have a fire prevention kit, so I move up into hull down position. I tried to work with the 250 millimeters of this tank's turret armor, and I'll spot the tank, try to lead the shot right, and yeah, bingo. Side shot like that on Panzer 470 tank destroyer is bound to do some critical damage to that tank. But then I get some trouble on the lead and I spot the Panther, so I switch target since that tank is unharmed and the Jagdpanzer has been burning, so I tried to slow them down. And then I focus fire on the Panzer 470 again. I'm having troubles to hit him. That's a hit, but it's a deflected shot. Now I got the range. Can I lead right? Yes, but yeah, I kinda give up on that Panzer 470. And I see this Panther who just parks in front of a tree. He has no idea I have ranged in shots on that area. And I give him one round and then the other, and that's good night for him. And there's another Panther who's been causing trouble, trying to knock out my Bulldog, M41 Bulldog mate. So I try to defend my teammate by firing at that Panther. And here you can actually see that this tank actually has a good gun stabilizer when moving, so you can actually aim shots and get accurate shots off while moving slowly forwards or backwards. And this is going to be the end of this clip. We win the game, but there's not much to show you guys from there. So instead we're gonna go over to a different battle where I won't show you the epic sniper capabilities of this gun, but I will show you a different strength of this tank, this armor. And that strength is the turret armor on the front. It's 250 millimeters thick. I'm not entirely sure whether the frontal hull armor on the turret applies to the gun mantlet armor. If it does, this tank has about 310 millimeters of frontal hull turret armor, and that's not bad. I'm trying to knock out these tigers, and at the moment I'm being pummeled by two tigers firing at me at about 1,000 meters with their 88s. And just watch the amount of damage I'm taking and the deflected shots from this upcoming engagement. It's just crazy. I'm taking critical damage and I have to stop to repair the tank, and I'm trying to get out of the conflict because I realize quite quickly that this spot isn't the best, especially not when there's 3 tigers or 2 tigers aiming at you and trying to knock you out. So First of all, we're trying to repair the turret so I can defend myself. And second of all, we want the tracks to start working so we can get out of here alive. Bang! Another hit incoming. And I get adamant. And now the gun is up. So I'm definitely gonna punish a tiger showing me the side like that. But that's about the best news I get in this engagement. The rest of the time I'm just getting hammered by the tigers. And I'm a bit unsure whether it's 1 or 2 tigers firing at me at this point. I think it is 2. But yeah. Can you guess what's coming? Do you think I'll survive this? No. But I don't know how many shots I took, but it ended up being a low laser shot that knocked out the tank. But yeah, the M6 can take some damage if you are allowed to just park at the distance and exchange long-range shots with tanks. So if you're starting out with this tank, you should absolutely use that to your benefit. Although it's not possible on every map. And this is one of those maps. This is Cuban, and I started out trying to knock out a tiger. Turned out that I couldn't. Instead there was the Panzer IV showing up, so I knocked him out instantly, and then I tried to knock out a panther, but the tiger knocked out my gun before I got a chance to knock out the panther. So I'm bloodthirsty for revenge on the tiger, and I'm trying to get a sniper shot off at his driver's hatch, but it's a bit hard. So you see, even at close ranges, tigers will be a tricky opponent for you. You need to hit those weak spots if you want to knock them out. So I take some damage, I reverse, and I have to repair. And this is a little while later into the game. All of a sudden we spot a lot of tanks crossing the ridge here. And this is what I'm talking about the fire rate on this tank. Within seconds I set 3 tanks ablaze and I killed one of them, so that kind of halts their advance. And this is what you can do in this tank. You can hold key locations and just knock out tank after tank like this. I think that this tank will be great to use in arcade, considering the fire rate. It's also great in simulator battles, and it's a very good tank in duels if you aren't facing tigers, that is. So here I make a mistake. I think that what I have behind me is a slightly less steep slope that I have, so I can try to position my tank at a good hold down position, but I mess up. I have to go back up, and I get one shot off at that panther, and then his teammate, the tiger, returns the fire, and I'm done for. So avoid close combat encounters in the M6. They will never end good. So try to stay at range if you can, and use that great cannon at the long range, because that's where this tank shines. So we're gonna end this video by having a bit of a look at the weak spots on the tank. And I think that this tank actually has some pretty good armor, unlike some of my friends that have been playing this tank as well, who thinks this tank is abysmally bad. And that's the way I work. If I hear something is very bad, I need to try it out and see for myself whether it is super bad or it is playable. One of those tanks was the M3 Lee in World of Tanks, and oh my god, it's not good. but you can play it and you can get Ace Tanker in it. This is one of those tanks. You need to know what you're doing if you want to have good games in it. One reason to why this tank doesn't work in close quarter combats is that it has a lot of bullet traps or shot traps here. There's a lot of small holes where shots can dig itself in and penetrate the tank. And it doesn't really matter whether you have 86 millimeters of armor or not. If it's not all that sloped, like you can see here, it's pretty vertical. It won't bounce a shot. And this machine gun port doesn't really help. It's only 25 millimeters thick, and that won't cut it. If you get hit here, you're dead. And the same goes for these side plates here. If you get hit here, you're dead. And this is the reason why. You have ammo racks here, and you have ammo racks here. So a shot to these two bits here on the side will kill you. No question about that. And it has killed me in the game. And it's the same goes if you're crossing a ridge or something and a tank gets a shot off from this angle. That shot will go straight through the track and then up into the ammo racks on either side, and that will knock out the tank. That's the reason why you want to stay at longer ranges with this tank, and preferably if you can at a hold down position where you don't show these bits of your tank. You only want to show the turret and the gun, because if you do that, you have 50 millimeters of armor here, but I highly suspect that behind this there's a cast homogeneous armor shield with 270 millimeters of effective thickness, and I think that that's what's bouncing shots for me when I position myself at a hold down position. And if you get hit here at the sides, it's almost instant bounce. So you can only really get hit if they hit the guns or the turret up here, or let's say vision ports. If they hit that, you will have a big burning tank in front of you. So this tank isn't all that bad, but you need to know what you're doing when you're playing it. And as a last note, I want to say also that you should never give an opponent your side skirt of this tank, because you have only 45 millimeters of armor thickness here, and you have about 100 millimeters of armor thickness combined here, but it's not sloped at all, so a lot of tanks will knock straight through this piece of armor and knock out the tank. And yeah, if you show the enemy the back of the tank, well, you're doing it wrong. So try to position yourself where you have the front pointing towards the enemy at all times, and that goes for every tank. So oh yeah, I want to mention another thing. Another great thing with this tank is the length of the barrel, and it's more or less the same gun that the Shermans have, but the difference is the caliber on the barrel. This gun is a lot longer than, let's say, the M6A1 that has the M3 cannon. It's a lot shorter, and this cannon is also not bad, but it doesn't have the same kind of velocity with the rounds that the M6 have. So we're gonna have a look at the standard round here. It has 618 meters per second as velocity with the M3 cannon. So if we look at the M7 cannon, it's gonna be different, and a lot different at that. This shell has a velocity of nearly 800 meters per second, and that makes this gun great, and it has great penetrating power all the way up to almost 2,000 meters, so you can actually penetrate a tiger, not frontally, but at the side with this gun up to, I would say, if you're lucky, you would knock out the tiger at 1,500 meters if you get the side shot on it. So this is a sniper tank, and with this 5.8 reload rate, this tank is deadly if you play it right. So please do that and don't mess up. And I'll see you guys around, and good luck out there on the battlefield.